Hey everybody, my name is Josh Bloom and I'm one of the people who've been working on SkyPortal. Today I want to talk to you about periodogram analysis in SkyPortal on real sources with real data. So let's get started. I've brought up one source that's already been uploaded. We can see all the normal location and classification information. And the normal presentation is to show us the magnitude as a function of time. As you probably know, you can click on period, and if a period has already been uploaded to the system as in the form of an annotation, we can see the period folded version of that. You can, of course, change the value of something just to see what the folding would look like. And of course, because we're observing, in this case, over 3 years, if we change the period even just by a little bit, we get something that looks non-periodic. So likely that period was correct. What we can also do, in addition to just playing around with these by ourselves in this view, we can go to the periodogram analysis button, which will show up on your screen if you're using a desktop. So if I click on that, we see the flux represented as a function of magnitude here. And we can also see the Lomskargel periodogram, which by the way is calculated in your browser, so there's no computational resources used on the server end. And then we can see a folded version of this. And indeed, the period was very close to the period that we had before. We can obviously make a few changes here. So for instance, I can change which band we're going to look at and click recalculate. That should just take a second. And we can see that we also got a good folding on that. And the period is very similar to what we had before. Oftentimes, when you're running a periodogram, you may wind up getting aliases of the correct period. So you can try different periods clicking here. So this is the original one. We can look at twice the period. And you can see over the phase from 0 to 1, this looks like this is repeated twice. So very likely we've got the right period and it's been folded correctly. We can also zoom into different regions of the periodogram just by drag and clicking, and then click on one of these locations, and then we can wind up seeing what kind of folding we get from that. In this case, the folding doesn't appear to be as good as before. So if I double click off the location here, I can zoom in back to my original peak, and you notice that we go into the highest peak when we automatically try to find the period. This number here, OPAC, comes from the Lomskargel algorithm itself. It's just for the frequency binning. So if this number goes up, the calculation takes longer, but you'll get finer and finer bins in frequency or period. So we're satisfied with this period here. So I'll just copy this clipboard and we can go back here. And now we can add in this new period. See that we get slightly better folding than we had before with the other period. And we can type in an annotation origin if we want. Let's say SkyPortal periodogram analysis, and then click create. And you'll notice that now we've got a new entry up here. We only show the first several significant digits in the auto annotations, but those numbers beyond those 4 decimal places are saved internally, so you should be able to retrieve them. All right, that's it for now. Hope you enjoy periodogram analysis within SkyPortal.